Alright, so this is what we're going to do today. Not very many videos actually are any good on YouTube. Some of them don't have all the information you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this. This is a 1984 Volvo 240DL. It's my baby. Fun car to drive. It's a blast. We'll do a brake replacement on the front. I've already done the one, obviously before I videoed, because who knows what I'm getting myself into. So it was really quick and easy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you step by step. The video is going to cut out in and out because I'm going to do this myself. So this one's done. Only took a couple minutes. I got the old rotor here, old brake pads, which are actually pretty good, but for some reason the car just didn't feel like it had the stopping power it needed. It is a tank. So what I put on here is good old-fashioned Brembo brakes. Come from IPD, yes indeed, the place to get everything Volvo. This is what we got here. Hold it steady enough. Got Parkinson's or something today, don't I? Either way, this is what you got. I think you can scan that right there to tell you everything about it. But 60-something bucks I think is what this cost. I think it was per side, but it comes with rotors. Also comes with brand new pads, Volvo, they're OEM parts, so guaranteed to fit right, and they did actually come with the where are they? Come with 4 pads, come with your shims there, which are really nice. But these are real parts, so you don't have to mess with some of these other websites that send you just junk that doesn't always fit right. There's your part number there. Everything from IPD though. Come in just a matter of days. So I'll show you on the driver's side, a little step by step. Real easy though. So here we go. Alright, so this is all you're gonna have to do here, okay? Got my new one there. This is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a 19mm for your lug nuts. You're gonna need a 10mm for the screws that hold the rotor on, and 19mm for the actual brake caliper itself. Needle nose pliers and a little pen tool. There's all you really need, other than a bungee to hold your caliper up. You don't really need it for the bungee because the caliper will kind of hold itself there because the brake lines are attached, but you kind of want that just for security, okay? First time people ever taking their wheels off, it's pretty simple. Just be careful not to break any of these tabs, okay? Got this little cap in the middle. Pop that off. Those little tabs right there is what's holding that center cap on. So you want to be careful not to break those. Comes off pretty gently though if you put it on there, if it's on there right. Take the lug nuts off and then I'll show you from there on. Alright, so here's your 10mm I was telling you about. And let's see if I can get this without. Can't see anything here. Where are we at? Of course, wrong side, that's why. So basically, here's your caliper. There's your 19s that hold the caliper on. Again, those brake lines down there, they are attached, so you have to be careful not to bend it whenever you take those out. There they are, and they're attached, so you gotta be careful. Right here, you've got your pins that slide out top and bottom. You see one right here, one down here. These clips will come out. That's what's holding your shims to your pads there. Keeps them from slipping out. But essentially you've got a little clip here. See, it's taking your little needle nose pliers there. Pop, there's one clip. Take the other one down here. And that one's stubborn. And there you go. So both pins are out. Technically these will move now. Now it's good thing to just spray these. Put some PB on them. Just going to soak it all down because you're going to replace them anyways. So go ahead and hit the nuts back there. We'll go ahead and take these 10mm out right now. Obviously the wheel's going to spin, so you need to put a pry bar in there to hold it in place, okay? Just a quick note, those 10mm are only there to hold it in place. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on them to take them off or put them on. A lot of times I see people just cranking down on bolts for no reason at all. So just be gentle with it so you don't break them off. Alright, so basically I took the 19 millimeters off the back. A little bit more pressure on those, but like I said, they come off pretty easy though, unless your car's just been glued together for 30 years. Got a bungee in there through the pinhole there, and then just around the shock springs there. That's just to hold it in place. Like I said, see, the brake lines back there are gonna keep it from going anywhere. You just, like I said, you gotta be really careful when you're pulling this out. Be very gentle with it so that you don't kink those brake lines. Do that and you're gonna have bigger problems on your hands. See, the bungee just kind of help hold it in place, okay? At this point, your rotor just comes right off. Nothing to it. There it goes. Old one out. So we'll basically just clean this up a little bit and start to reassemble. Alright, so brand new rotor. They're always good looking when they're brand new. This is a solid rotor, whereas you notice that one there is a vented rotor. At the end of the day, this car doesn't have ABS. It's also not a race car, so not necessary to have vented rotors. It's just daily driver. These solid rotors, unless you're doing something crazy with them, a lot better stopping power. The metal actually dissipates the heat really well. I've got buddies of mine that have used the same one, so we'll clean up the back side of this before we stick it on, and then start getting the pads back in. We'll start with reattaching the caliper loosely with the bolts on there, okay? Alright, now, so basically, before you actually put the 10 millimeters back in the rotor there to hold it on, you want to go ahead and slide your caliper back around. That way you don't have to, pull the caliper out as far. Then go ahead and, put on your 10 millimeters, start tightening your caliper, and then you can tighten those up. Go ahead and get your bungee out of the way once your 10 millimeters are back on there. Not gonna be able to see it, sorry. Yeah, but they're just gonna be loose, okay? They're not gonna be tight on there yet, right now. You want this to have play to get your pads back in there correctly. It's gonna be really tight getting your pads back in there. My pads were stretched, still had enough life in them to where I don't have to really push the caliper pistons back in, so they're already pushed in quite far, so that'll be quite helpful. That, and I believe the rotor is slightly skinnier than the old rotor was, so that's again another big help. So in assembling the pads here, you've got your shims, okay? One shim per side. There's a little groove there that will line up. So if you've got it on backwards, the groove doesn't line up. So just get those on there correctly. It really served no purpose on the vehicle. It might be just a marking thing. The old pads didn't even have that on it. So, but with these, it has that groove there, and that may just be a dummy way of knowing if the shims are on the right way. And then basically you're just going to take them and slide them back in the hole here. It's kind of hard to look at the video and do the work, so let me try to hold that there. If you get them in there too far, which you will, just come and pry it back out just a hair is all you have to do. Move pretty easy while they're in there, with nothing really being tight. Okay, I'll get the back ones in and then we'll go from there. Alright, so basically what I've done is I've got the pads back in there now, grooves line up. I've got my pins here, a lot better condition than they were when I took them out. If you've got a wire disc for a grinder, that's the best way to clean them up. But you're basically just creating less headache for yourself. Those old grimy ones don't slide anything. So now obviously I've got to line these holes up. See, too low, too low. Just take this and pry it up a little bit here on both sides. See if I can work it up. Just a little bit, see if that's any better. Yep, there's that one. and there's that one. So we'll take that first one in there. See, that clip will go on that side. This clip will go on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just stick our clip on there, and then we'll push it up under that one. See? In there, hooked over. Continue pushing this in. Now you'll need to slide that clip back because it's going to keep wanting to push over. Same thing for the top here. Alright, that's in there. So we'll take our other clip. This one's made for the top. Slide it on the top and on the bottom. So might need to come in just a little farther there. We'll slide it in there like that. How's that sound? We'll just slide this up under it. You have to hold it in. Boom, boom. Too low, so we'll have to bring it back up some here. Let's. Just work it up little by little because it's obviously such a tight fit. There is no give in there to be able to push the top farther than the bottom. So I'll pause this and then I'll get that in there. Alright, with a steady hand it gets pretty easy. Sometimes it's a bit hard for me. Either way, pins are in. Notice the well, I don't know if you can be able to see this very well. I apologize for lighting, but you've got little bitty holes here. I don't know any other way of doing this here. Sorry, fellas. Barely see it. Those little pin holes right there, you need to get them lined up. Just turn the pins. That way you can put your clips back in. And then that holds it all together right here. Quite real well. Get this pin here and there. There we go. Pins in. Good to go. Alright, brake clean up the actual rotor here. Get that nice and clean. Turn it to make sure it's going to be tight because you got brand new pads on there. But just make sure it actually does turn. Once you fire it up and hit the brakes a couple times, it'll loosen up. But go ahead and just make sure those 10 millimeters are tight. Go ahead and tighten up the 19 millimeters on the back. Just look around, make sure you didn't leave any parts in there. Go ahead and throw the wheels back on. Obviously cross pattern on all your nuts. And then I'll show you on the hubcap throwing it back on, and then, you know, jobs are good and done. So hold tight. Alright, so this is what we got here. You get your center cap. You get those little clips in there. Make sure they're evenly spaced. Pretty simple there. Just wiggle it and sits on there nice and firmly, okay? And then on the actual center cap here, you want to get it in there kind of easy like. And there you go. Job's good. Done deal. New brakes both sides. We'll take it on a test drive now, and if for any reason I messed up something, I won't post this video. Alright, just the last check here. You want to make sure that your fluid's in good shape, especially after any time you do a brake job. Easy enough. Everything's great. Everything worked just fine. Quite pleased with it. Brakes seem a lot firmer now, so that's a good thing. For all you 240DL owners there with the 2.3 in it, there's a good kit there. You notice I don't have the AC compressor anymore. It's laying on the ground. IPD also has, it's like 60 bucks. It's a billet aluminum piece there. It's got longer bolts, and then it has the extension plate for pushing this pulley out, so you can eliminate that, take it straight to the main drive down there. Eliminates the extra air compressor weight and drag on your belts there. A lot of times those clutches lock up, so it's good to have that kit to get rid of it before it does happen and strand you. So we're good. She's done. New brakes, runs better, well, stops better, let's say that. Thanks for watching. This is Bugzilla 1. We'll definitely I've got a lot more stuff. I got a trunk full of IPD parts right now, so once I get around to putting them on there, y'all be the ones to find out. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.